we have started a YouTube channel. So that's a big announcement. I had JK's nice little picture of him holding a pen on our first video talking about taking control of your business. So make sure that you check that out. It's on GroupMe. If you haven't seen that, I will repost again today after this call and after I get it loaded to YouTube and the YouTube channel. Then I will add this call to the channel. So Johnny B is going to be the man of the hour for today. I'm going to read off the numbers for us, though, real quick, and then pass it over to him. So, again, it is Monday, 3 days before Thanksgiving. Looking forward to what Johnny B has for us today. So, give me 1 second. Get this pulled up. All right, Johnny B, give me a thumbs up if you can see that. All right, perfect. Had 46 unique riders last week. 46. If you can see, that is an increase from 38 from the week prior. So we had 8 more unique riders than we did in week 46. We had, and again, it all goes back to the amount of unique riders is a complete representation of how many applications are being turned in. Okay. 38 in week 46 with 74 applications. Last week we had 46 unique riders with 91 applications. So got a little bit of color coding and a little key chart here for you. We had some new unique riders, which I want to give them a shout out first. I know that we had one that I will mention here in just a moment was just ecstatic about their first application. So we had Tony G, Harold L, and Corey M, all with one application from last week. And I know Corey was just ecstatic about her application from last week. Even hopped on the CVO for a little bit, spoke to us for a few minutes just to make sure she did the right thing. Then once everything went approved, she hopped on the GroupMe and was just shouting out saying, "Yes, I think I found it." And so glad that she was able to do that. And congratulations to all of you other new unique riders. So if you notice highlighted in the, I'll call it gold color, in the goldish color, you have become what we call a qualified Equus rider. That means everything from now here on forward in your forever future, you can bonus off of it and you qualify for promotions in business hierarchy in the B quadrant. So that is Ann S and Charisse T. Uh, both of you are now qualified unique riders, and the way that you become a qualified Equus rider is that you have 3 applications become paid and issued. Okay, so congratulations to y'all. All right, let's do the team numbers. Tori V, Tony C, Tony G, Tina W, Terry S, Stephen S, Stephen H, Deanna C, Ollie C, Kevin H, Joe S, Jimmy T, JD, Harold L, George M, Edwin P, Doug W, Derek F, Corey M, Claudia M, Chris W, N S, Angela N, all with one application. I think that was 24, Johnny B. We had 24 agents go out and help at least one family last week, which was, I mean, that's amazing in my opinion. That's actually more than half of the agents that turned in business last week. So we also had Alvin S. And I put that in a little bit backwards order. Alvin, you should be at the top there of the number 2s. But Alvin S., Sharice T., Nick L., Julio R., Johnny B., Jimmy P., Jason B., David W., Barry T., and Ashley Y., who all went out and wrote 2 applications last week, helped at least 2 families or 2 people in one family. The top 10 was a little stretched out this week because we had enough people in there that kind of tied for some position. So Patty D, Matt R, Marcus L, Joshua K, Chuck P, and Casey G all wrote 3 applications. We had Raquel H, Caden N, James T Jr., and Brett G with 4. Matthew P, Joel F, and Derek U all tied at the top with 5 applications. This is what I love about our business. I do love our B quadrant, and I do love the way it helps grow my part of the business, and it grows longevity and generational wealth for my family. But this part of our business is what keeps us in business, and I love helping families, and I'm thankful for each and every one of you that went out and helped a family last week. So Next, our managers. Here's the Cornerstone Group ICAs from last week. This should be week 47. We are in week 48 currently, but we had 10 agents last week go out and write had 53 ICAs signed. And the week prior to that, we had 6 managers with 45 ICAs. And JK just showing us up again. I was talking to some folks earlier this morning. I said, how in the world do we catch JK? And I said, well, I guess we're just going to have to do a couple different things to try and match his intensity. So starting from the folks who turned in at least one: Ashley L., Corey M., Derek U., Elias C., Caden N., Louise C., and Vanessa R. all turned in at least one ICA. Johnny B., you turned in 6. Matt R. turned in 10, so that was myself. And then JK had 30. But man, I love this business and I love what we do. And this is our B quadrant. First was S quadrant. We're going to hear a little bit about both of those from Johnny B today. So Johnny B, I'm going to turn it over to you, my friend. It's all yours. JK2's around to switch it over for us here. There we go.
All right. Can you hear me, Matt?
I can hear you, brother.
Buddy, thank you, man. Thank you for, reading off those numbers. I just love hearing them every day that we read those numbers off, Matt. Just from the production. I mean, what was it, 24, 25 that wrote one application a week? I mean, How amazing is that, guys? Good morning, Cornerstone. Thank you for jumping on with us this morning. I like the other part of that too, Matt, where, you've got, I don't remember the numbers. I should have wrote them down, but I mean, we've got how many agents right now that are out building their agency, and that's what it takes, honestly. Like you mentioned earlier, you want to leave a legacy to your family. And really the way to do that is to build your business, right? So, I always know the agents that are serious about our business, right? Because I see you guys on this call. I see you on all the trainings that we do. For me, I think that's very important. Association is one of the things that JK talks about, So, thank you guys for being on here. You're serious about your business. It's amazing. Our DRTs, don't forget about our DRT. We're going to have it here at 10 o'clock this morning, every day, Monday through Friday, except Thursdays, because guess what? We want to hear our mentor and leader, JK, on our team call on Thursdays at 10 o'clock. So we'll be on that. Every Monday, Wednesday, 9:15 DCT. We just started last Tuesday, the new agent training, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Matt did an amazing job last week, just getting new agents kind of used to being on this call to start with, but we're going to have so much good stuff for you guys to jump on, teach, learn. I mean, you guys are going to, be able to jump on and learn from us, not only there, but the CVO. We have that thing open all day, every day now, including on Saturdays. I jumped on this past Saturday, Chuck Poole. There was quite a few other agents on making dials. That's the best time, I think, to set appointments, so don't forget about that CVO, guys. If you're not getting on that thing, shame on you, because it's some good stuff there. You've got Matt, you got myself, you got Chuck, Tyson, all of us jump on there. And, Chuck is mainly the one that's out there, making the phone calls and setting appointments, but you can learn from that. We're on there as managers to kind of help you with questions that you have. Anything that you have worked on and you just have questions about, come to us, jump on that CVO. Let's learn together, guys. I've got a few things that I want to cover today. Working your warm market will be one of them. These are things that we've heard our mentor JK talk about over the last few weeks. We've talked about it a lot. Working that warm market. The second thing, like JK talked about, the 4 things that it takes to be successful as an agent. Listen, work, produce, associate. We preach that every single week, but guys, that's what it takes, right? What it takes to be a successful part-time agent. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. What it takes to be a successful full-time agent. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Working your warm market so you can get promoted to sales manager, right? Working that warm market to get promoted to sales manager. Now, as a new agent, have you been working that warm market, right? Have you made your list of 15 to 20 people, that are in your circle, whether it be, college buddies, your family, your cousins, have you made that list of 15 to 20 people, that you can reach out to, let them know what you do as a new career, right? I can bet that you can find at least 10 to 15 people that would be interested in getting a policy from you, right? So what's awesome about that is in a week, maybe 2 weeks, talking to that warm market, getting those 15 to 20 people on, you could get $8,000 to $15,000 in commission, in a week or two. How amazing would that be as a part-time agent or a full-time agent to, work that warm market and get that 8 to 15,000 people. I mean, 15,000 in commission, right? As JK2 and Chuck Poole, we talked about it on our last Friday on our leaders call. They talked about, this Thursday. What's this Thursday, guys? It's Thanksgiving, right? Thank you, Jesus, for all your many blessings. I appreciate you. But this Thursday is Thanksgiving, right? We're giving thanks to all the blessings that we have, our family, our friends, everything that we've been blessed with. That's what we get to celebrate this Thursday. But with that, let everybody know, you're going to have people that you hadn't seen in a year, right? Cousins, aunts and uncles, people you hadn't seen in a year. If you hadn't already reached out to them, let everybody know what you do. What's your new career, right? Talk to them about life insurance with living benefits. You don't have to die to get this type of life insurance, right? It pays out chronic, critical, terminal illnesses, right? How can they pay off their debts without having to refinance or any of that debt elimination garbage? Ask them, are they opposed to seeing the math on that, right? You hear Patrick Del Renzo talk about this all the time. Everybody wants to get out of debt. So, Thursday is a perfect time to talk to people about that because, I guarantee you everybody that is on that or at your Thanksgiving meetings or get-togethers and gatherings, everybody wants to get out of debt, right? So why not mention that? Why not talk to them about paying their debt off, all of their debt, not just their mortgage, but their car and their, student loans, credit cards, whatever it may be, without having to refinance it or, do a debt consolidation mess like Patrick says, guess what that can do to jumpstart your business, right? If you go out and you talk to your family this Thursday and you're able to, get 10 to 15 people to talk to, you're probably going to write, 7 or 8 applications for sure, 8 to 15,000 in commission, as we talked about earlier. Now, JK has been teaching us over the last few weeks, if we're going to commit to virtual, then, we must follow the virtual system, right? Can we commit to booking 3 to 4 same day appointments? Because that's what it's going to take. With virtual, you can't put them off a day or two, like you can with a direct mail. You have to set these appointments same day. So can you commit to booking 3 to 4 same day appointments? Can you commit to taking 1 day a week to knock on doors? I know JK talks about this all the time, and that's what I learned. This business is knocking on doors, going out and meeting family. I called it kneecap to kneecap at their kitchen table. I think that's the best way to build rapport with your clients. So, set aside 1 day a week to go out and meet some of your clients. You've got a list of leads. And if you don't have any that's within an hour's drive, pick up some that's in your county, go out and knock on some doors, and also the 4 things that it takes to become successful in this industry is what JK's been talking to us about. And I mentioned it a little bit earlier, listen, work, produce, and associate. Sorry, guys, I'm still trying to get over this mess I've got going on here. So the first thing, listen, right? So some of us leaders, Matt, myself, JK2, Chuck, I mean, we've been doing this for what? Some of us 10 years, some of us 15, 16 years. So, all we do is we ask that you listen to what we say and to what we train on. Now, I'm not trying to be a micromanager and try to tell you what to do, but I think, most people, to be successful in this business, you have to lean on your upline. That's just what this business is all about. And please don't take, this the wrong way, and do this on your own, and try to do it your own way. Don't do it your own way because, I've hired a lot of agents. I mean, a lot of agents over the years. And the one thing that I've noticed is that those that don't listen, are gone. They're out of the business. They're not with us anymore. Those that listen are still around. They've learned, how to overcome objections and how to do a phone script. How to do applications. Really know how to get the why, and get that out of that client and be able to work. So, with that being said, I don't want you struggling. I want you to, reach out to your upline, ask me questions, ask Matt questions, ask JK questions, here's what happened to me because I've always been stubborn. I've never wanted to listen to authority. It's just been my type, my personality. But I have learned over the years, and I've been doing this for 16 years, that, you can't do this on your own. Don't try to do it your own way, because you will fail, because I did. And I finally got smart about it. And I was like, you know what? These guys, Barry Clarkson, John Kite, these guys have been doing it a long time and they've been very successful at it. So why not listen to their coaching, get nuggets from them? Why not listen to them, right? Don't try to do it on your own, guys. The second thing, is work. Right now that you're good at listening, let's take the time to work. Now, what does that mean? What does work look like? Well, as a part-time agent, I hear Matt talk about this all the time. Commit to working 15 to 20 hours a week. Committing to working 15 to 20 hours a week doesn't mean working 6 hours this week and then 12 next week and maybe 10 the following week. Is committing to working 15 to 20 hours a week, right? As a full-time agent, 40 plus hours a week. I know myself, that's 50 to 60 hours a week for me. We can talk a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. Producing, John Kite talks about that. Number 3, producing. As a part-time agent, pretty regularly, you should be between 1 and 3 families a week. I think JK2 puts it at 2.5 families a week. Should be pretty average, protected each week. Now, as a full-time agent, 4 to 6 families a week. This is going to take commitment from each of you to tell yourself that you will not stop until you've protected 1 to 3 families a week part-time or 4 to 6 families a week full-time, right? Now, association. Now, we all know about association because we're on this call, right? We know what it takes to learn this business. We know the nuggets it takes, not only from me, because I don't give out a lot of nuggets, but hearing from JK and Matt and some of those guys, you'll get some great nuggets, right? So thank you for being on these calls and associating, making sure, like we said earlier, reach out to your manager on a daily basis. As a new agent, that's what you should be doing, right? Are we jumping on that CVO, as we talked about earlier, every single day to hear live dials, ask questions. And shoot, what I love about it is seeing how freaking hard Chuck Poole works. I mean, if there's somebody, because he is out there kicking some butt and he don't play around. He's making sure that he's setting his 6 appointments a day or whatever that is for him. And he don't stop until he does it, right? So let's talk about work. As we just mentioned, part-time's 15 hours a week, right? Be committed to working that 15 hours a week. Be committed to protecting those 1 to 3 families a week. How do we protect those 1 to 3 families a week? Well, I can tell you this, as a new agent, you're probably working those age leads. Why? So if you're working those age leads, be committed to purchasing 100 of them a week. at $3 a piece, a $300 investment. Now, with that $300 investment, you don't just stick them on your desk and, let the sun come in and just wear them all the paint off of them or the ink off of them. You go over there and you grab them things and you start making dials. You dial $250 to $400 a week. You heard Chuck Poole. He bought us 100 leads. He dialed 400 dials. So be committed to making those $250 to $400 a week. Be committed to setting those 7 to 10 appointments every week. Because out of those 7 to 10 appointments, you'll most likely get a couple of no-shows, right? You're actually probably only going to meet with about 4 to 6 of those families. And if you're average, like me, out of those 4 to 6 families you'll probably only protect, 1 to 3, two maybe, as the week goes on. And, with that, those 1 to 3 families, you're talking $700 to $2,000 a week in commission. Part-time, working 15 to 20 hours a week. I mean, who wouldn't want to go out and put in 15 to 20 committed hours every week, $250 to $400 every single week to make $40,000 to $80,000 a year? Throw your hand up if you don't want to do that. I do. I love it. Now, with that being said, I'll just say something real quick. As a part-time agent, I used to be a part-time agent. I was for quite a few years as a full-time firefighter, and I loved making that $40,000 to $80,000 a year part-time. I loved it because, of course, as a firefighter, you don't make a whole lot of money. So that $40,000 to $80,000 added to my bank account every year was amazing. Now let's talk about a full-time agent. 40 plus hours a week, not 40 less, 40 plus. And if you're a full-time agent, are you committed to working those 40 plus hours a week, right? I know most of us that are serious about our business, we work, like I said earlier, 50 to 60 hours a week, right? We are serious about our business. So we're putting in, 50 to 60 hours a week. We're protecting 5 to 7 families a week. Me a little less, all right. But most of our full-time agents are protecting 5 to 7 families a week. Now, how do you protect 5 to 7 families a week? Well, I think until you get your craft down, your skill down, you're most likely still, as a full-time agent, you're probably still working those age leads, right? John Kite talks about those $3 exclusive leads all the time. And I can tell you there's agents that are probably on this call right now that have worked those $3 leads and can vouch that they are good leads, right? So be committed to purchasing 150, 200 a week of those $3 leads as a full-time agent. Be committed to making $400 a week as a full-time agent. I mean, you're working full-time. I mean, Chuck Poole works full-time. He said that he made, I think it was $120 a day to get to his $400 a week, right? So he worked that, four days to get to his appointments that he needed. So $400 you can do in 4 days easily. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, or if you want to choose Saturday being one of those days, I think that's the best day for you to do it. Be committed to setting 18 to 20 appointments, right, as a full-time agent. Now, I know JK and Matt can probably talk about this, JK too as well, but we used to have a limit of, hey, if you could set 12 to 15 appointments a week, you're good, you're gold, right? 15 to 12 appointments a week. Well, the virtual world, that's not the case anymore, right? You need to focus on setting 18 to 20 appointments a week. Now, you're most likely going to get 7, maybe 8 no-shows out of that. So you're probably only going to actually meet with 10 to 12 families. And if you're average like me, you will protect maybe 5 to 6 families out of those 12 that or 10 or 12 that you meet with, right? So let's talk about the commission. So let's say we do commit to protecting 5 to 6 families a week. Now, I guess the first thing we need to do is commit to that 18 to 20 appointments, because if you're not going to set those 18 to 20 appointments, then you're not going to set with 10 to 12 families, because you're going to get the no-shows, right? So let's look at what it takes to protect those 5 to 6 families every single week. Weekly commissions, what's that going to be? $3,500 to $5,000? Maybe less, maybe more. Now, on average, what, 160,000 to 250,000 a year. Mason Hickman, one of my good little buddies, 19 years old, is with us, and he has done a great job as far as a new agent, coming into this business. But his goal, listen to this, his goal for 2025 is he wanted to put that 2000, he wanted to put that 25 right there in front of his what he's going to make this year, right? So he put that 25 and then he added the other 4 zeros to it. He said, I'm going to make $250,000 in 2025. And I guarantee you he'll do it, right? Now, are you committed to doing that? What's your number? I don't know. It could be 100,000. Shoot. 100,000 will be sweet, right? let's just put a number on it. What's it going to take? How many appointments a week? How many applications a week is it going to take for you to make $100,000, right? Don't be happy with your week until you have set the appointments it takes to protect 1 to 3 families part-time, right? 5 to 6 families a week full-time. Don't stop your week. Don't be happy with yourself until you've done that. Chuck Poole, I keep going back to Chuck Poole because he's on the CVO every single day and he's doing this. So Chuck Poole will not stop until he has set his 18 to 20 appointments every single week. He just won't do it, right? And that's what it's going to take as a commitment for you, part-time or full-time. That's what it's going to take. I think some of us stop when we've got 3 or 4 appointments. We're jumping up and down. We got the spirit fingers. We're getting it in, right? 3 to 4 appointments. All you're doing, guys, is setting yourself up for failure, right? I've done it. I've done that. Been out there and I'm like, man, I got 3 or 4 appointments this week. I'm going to chill. I'm going to go play some golf. I'm going to go up to the beach and hang out. No, that doesn't happen. Maybe got 1 application out of that. Maybe got 0. So what I'm telling you guys is don't be happy. Don't settle with, 3 or 4 appointments a week. Don't settle with 10 appointments a week as a full-time agent. If you're going to build your business, let's do it right. Okay. Now, we talked a little bit earlier about building warm market through sales, right? Your warm market, everybody you're going to meet with for Thanksgiving, everybody you're going to, talk to about the opportunity as far as, let's get that $8,000 to $15,000 over the next couple of weeks in commission, right? Well, let's talk about warm market when it comes to building an agency, right? So Ashley Lewis came to mind, and these are just people on my team. I know there's others out there, guys, that do the same thing, but Ashley Lewis, what does she hire? She's got 6 licensed agents that are warm market, and I think like 10 that are going through the course right now that are warm market. Now, Mason Hickman said, you know what? I believe in this company. I believe in the Cornerstone Group so much that I'm going to hire everybody in my family. So, he went out and warm market. He hired his mom, his dad, his wife, his cousin, his brother. I mean, he hired everybody in his family, right? He believes in what we do so much that he went out and he hired everybody in his family, right? Jonathan Hines, we've talked about warm market, hiring warm market. Me and Jonathan was talking about this. Well, yesterday, or maybe it was Saturday, he called me and said, hey, man, I got a guy that I used to work with. I called him up. We were talking, chatting. He was like, what are you doing now, man? And Jonathan was like, well, this is what I do. I protect families for a living. I'm a field underwriter. So they got in a conversation about it. Well, Jonathan hired a warm market agent yesterday. Now, I think his name's Jesse. Pardon me if it's not, but I think his name's Jesse. Well, Jesse, I think, called Jonathan back that afternoon and said, hey, man, you just hired me. So what does that look like? What is like, you said something about building an agency. What does that look like? So Jonathan talked to him about building an agency, right? So Jesse was like, dude, I've got 3 or 4 guys right now that on board and we will rock and roll doing this, right? So just from Jonathan reaching out to his, old buddy or old co-worker, now Jonathan's got a team that's starting to roll, right? Starting to build. So, my opinion, that's the best way to start building your agency, is to go out warm market. So, set a goal to become sales manager in the next 60 to 90 days, right? What does that look like? hiring 3 to 4 warm market agents, right? Making $1,000 a month bonus. That $1,000 a month bonus will not ever be charge backable. Is that a word, charge backable? I don't know, but I used it. So $1,000 a month bonus. How cool is that? So hire 3 to 4 warm market agents. Like Jonathan, just hired one. Boom. He's going to have what? Maybe 3 or 4 that's going to be hired on under him. Go hire 3 or 4 warm market agents. Show them that you're serious about what you do and let them get serious about it as well. Build your business through warm market. Once you're ready, you can build your business through cold market. I think that is maybe a faster, maybe a bigger scaled way of building your business is through cold market. But I think starting out with warm market's where it's at, right? So if you want to build cold market, go get an Indeed ad, ZipRecruiter ad. Do like Ashley Lewis and advertise on social media, right? Whatever it takes to, get to that promotion, that next promotion. Are we looking at that? Are we talking to our managers about what does the next promotion look like for me? What's it going to take? How many dials am I going to have to make? How many appointments am I going to have to make? And on a personal note, what's it going to take for me to get promotion personally? Well, what's it going to take for me to get promoted with a team? Oh, that sounds a whole lot better, right? I can hire some agents and they can help me get promoted. Okay, we'll go on that route then, right? I'm going to go out and produce, but I'm also going to get my agents producing as well. All right, so are we going to take action today, right? Are we going to get serious about our business? We owe it to our spouses, our children, my case, grandchildren, to go out, build a legacy, right? Build a legacy that your children and grandchildren will not have to work as hard as what we've had to work, right? I grew up basically working for my dad. He owned a construction company and he passed away in 2019. But he taught me hard work. He taught me what it took to, I guess, be a true man and work hard. And, I don't want my children and my grandchildren to have to work as hard as I did. I have worn out a shovel. I know that sounds crazy, guys, but I have been in a ditch and worn out a shovel. Those pointed shovels, I have taken that point and worn it all the way down. So I know what hard work's all about, guys, and I don't want that for my kids and my grandkids. So do you want that for your kids and your grandkids? Do you want them to struggle? I'm pretty sure you don't, right? So let's go out. Let's build a legacy, guys. Let's do this. So now I'm finished, but is there any questions, guys? Anything that have come up? JK, JK2, Matt, anybody that wants to add anything? I'm hoping that you guys got some nuggets from this today. I think this is a topic that needs to be talked about on a daily basis. Because if you're like me, if you don't hear it every day, if you're not associating, if you don't hear it every day, it kind of slips away. But I think these are topics that need to be talked about every single day, right? So any questions, any comments? Anybody's got anything for me? All right. Sounds like a plan. Hey, guys, I appreciate everybody being on with us today. Don't forget the